I think it's safe to say that given the success of the Lightspeed token journey quests that CG has been doing, that they're actually onto a massive winner here. I don't know if you've noticed this, but in the game, you've got these new journey quests that are basically releasing every 2 weeks for the next 5 months or so, and they're giving you access to some really good characters at Relic 0 with all the Zetas applied. This first set that we've got, please check out my videos around how to unlock them, talk to unlocking a Phoenix team, and the end result being that you're able to unlock Bloast Thrawn and Emperor Palpatine, and you get a Lightspeed token that you can use on Emperor Palpatine to take him up to Relic 0 and give him both of his Zetas. It's fantastic. And if there is one thing that we can almost always rely on, is that there's always a but. There's always a but, right? You know, and it feels like we found that but in the upcoming series of journey quests. Let's talk about it. So over here we have the data mines that we got obviously quite a while ago here on the 18th of November that talks about these journey quests and their requirements. For example, win 10 battles with any version of Luke Skywalker in your squad. We went over these, and as you see, you go through, you've got the 100 vulnerable, the troopers, you get Harrison Dula, yada yada yada, and it ends up over here with us finally getting the Emperor Palpatine Lightspeed token. Now we are due to get another set of quests in about 2 weeks' time that's going to start the next chain of unlocks, and that's talking about these. We've done this first quest chain, right, with Hera and Sabine, got the Zeta Mats, got the Omicrons, we've done the Ezra one, the Chopper one, we've managed to get ourselves those Zetas and Omicrons, we've got Captain Rex, we've got the Rebel Lightspeed token and the Palpatine one. This next one, as you can see, is due to start in about 2 weeks, and we're going to be going along that quest route to get Ahsoka Tano, to get Jedi Knight Anakin, more Zeta Mats, more ability modules, and then we're going to go ahead and get Mace Shakti and ending up in Kelleran Beck and a Jedi Lightspeed token with Grandmaster Yoda. Now, these are great to have for the early game experience, and pretty much everybody has access to beat these. I did these on my free-to-play account, getting all of those Phoenix straight up there to relics. It's a shame we didn't get Kanan. They're probably expecting us to use the Rebel Lightspeed token on that. I used mine on Adrad, right? However, there is a slight issue with this next set of requirements. And it really sort of feels like it buys into that recent attitude from CG where they want us to tranquilo, to be chill, to be slow. Despacito, hombre. I don't know why, but they seem to want to do this. Let me show you what I mean. So this next set of requirements, as you can see over here, we've got, where is it? We've got the Rebels, we've got the Palpatine over here. Win 10 battles with any version of Chewbacca in your squad. Oh, sorry, for the Americans, Chewbacca. And that's easy. Everybody's got a Clone Wars Chewie, right? If you've got the Lightspeed token / bundle that they released for $5 on the anniversary, you'll have a Relic 9 Lightspeed Chewie. So, you know, Clone Wars Chewie is going to be carrying a lot of people for this quest. But Chewbacca is a very good character anyway, and a lot of people will have access to him. It's this next one that I have issue with. Attempt to inflict distracted 100 times. Now, my problem with this is that distracted currently is only in the game on one unit, and that is on Stormtrooper Luke. And whilst normally that's not a bad thing, right? The problem is it's on his leadership. And his leadership, it only attributes it when he's at ability level 7 on the leadership, which is basically Zeta level of requirement. If stealth or taunted dispel from a regular ally, they gain defense up from foresight 1 turn. If any rebel removes turn meter from an enemy, distract that enemy for 1 turn. I don't have a problem with these feats being on new marquees, but let's think about this. How are we supposed to distract the enemy right now? To get that leadership ability to level 7, how high do we have to be? How you know, like this over here, that's still level 5. Wait, where do we have to be? Yeah, okay, cool. So you just have to get to error level 85 right now to be able to do this feat, guys. Error level 85. Or you can wait like 3 months. It's like, I know, I know we're getting free Lightspeed tokens. I understand these are free relic units that we should all be happy about. But why? Like, why make people wait 3 months? And it's not entirely true that Luke is the only place that you can get it, because you can get it on Yoda and Chewbacca as well, I believe. And it's over here on the second special. And this one's only ability level 6. But we don't have Chewbacca in the game, Yoda and Chewie. They don't exist yet. They're not going to exist for a little bit in the game just now. So we can't get this feat done. And it does exist in one other place. And that's in raids. And only in one particular raid. And that is in the speeder bike raid. Which, again, is an odd choice in and of itself. Because who's going to be going back and changing to do the speeder bike raid? Right? Who's gonna be doing this? Yeah, you can do it in the speeder bike raid, you know, using some of the abilities. I can't even remember which one does it, right? So there we go. In the speeder bike raid, you've got, you know, various abilities that can remove and deal stacks of distract on the enemy. I don't even know if this will apply to that feat. It's unclear to me at this point. But more importantly, who's gonna give up doing well in the new raid, the Order 66 raid, in order to get a lightspeed token temporarily? And it just, like, it's a baffling choice that CG keeps doing. And the broader thing about this, in case you aren't aware, is that when we're doing these feats over here, the first one is usually get the 10 ability materials, right? So that would be the win the 10 battles with Chewbacca, right? That'll be this one over here. Win 10 battles with any version of Chewbacca. That's 2A. That's the first quest. So everybody can do that. But the second one is what's going to give you the lightspeed token for snips, right? So you won't be able to get snips, but it's broader than that. Because if you can't get snips, you can't go to the next stage. So if you can't do this 100 distracted, you can't do 2C. So you won't have the option to defeat 50 clone troopers with Ahsoka Tano, right? You won't have that option, which means you won't be able to get the Omicron abilities, which means then you won't be able to defeat 100 enemies with Wookiees, which means you can't get the Jedi Knight Anakin lightspeed token. So that one quest is preventing us in the short term for like 3 months, basically, until we get Luke live in the game, from getting the Ahsoka Tano lightspeed token, from also getting the Jedi Knight Anakin lightspeed token, from getting the 3 ability materials, okay, the Omicrons. But that's still not all. It's still not all, because when the second quest chain, the 2B quest chain, comes out, potentially we'll be okay. I haven't checked these feats yet, just saw the distracted ones and I was thinking, geez, that kind of sucks. We'll be able to do these potentially, but when quest 2C comes into play, requires completing 2A and 2B. So you won't be able to get your Keller and Beck lightspeed token, you won't be able to get your Jedi lightspeed token, and you won't be able to get your Grandmaster Yoda lightspeed token. And again, it's not that I'm peeved that we have to use Stormtrooper Luke. It's just a very baffling choice. It's a very baffling choice from CG to introduce something that's so good and so beneficial for the large player base and then just put a padlock on it. Put a massive padlock on it. And it's not even about whaling. It's not really even about whaling. It's just delayed gratification for no need. It's not like these lightspeed tokens break the game for anybody. You know, this doesn't destroy any economies. It feels very strange to have something that's so positively received, and then for them to be like, actually, nah, you're just going to have to wait to use your new Stormtrooper Luke. Now, what I will say is that when we have these marquee events, the very first tier, you actually get a loaned version of the marquee unit with all the abilities unlocked. So my only hope is that when we get like Yoda and Chewie, or even with the very next marquee, I'm hoping that we are either going to have a Stormtrooper Luke in there, or we'll have Yoda and Chewie within that setup, and they can actually apply distract. It just comes down to, can you actually stall out the battle to get enough of that 100 distract in order to get your lightspeed token? It doesn't really help anybody that misses that marquee or comes in after the marquee is finished, because they're still going to have to wait for Stormtrooper Luke. And if they didn't get his marquee, they're going to have to wait for him to become farmable and then pick him up at that point. It's just like, I don't know why CG have done this. And please, guys, CG, if you're listening at home, consider changing that feat. Or at least when that feat becomes active, give us a means of actually being able to apply distract that doesn't require us to drop like $400 on Stormtrooper Luke. That would be kind of neat. It's just for a lightspeed token, for a single lightspeed token, for one of the most praised aspects of this new update that you guys have given. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking cuckoo nonsense. Who knows? But it just seems like a real good way of shooting ourselves in the feet here, guys. So, yeah, that kind of sucks, right? Hopefully CG will fix this. Hopefully. We'll see. Soon enough. Make sure you like the video, guys, even if you don't like that particular interaction with these feats coming up. And I'll see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.